Mikey. Looking ripped, baby.
Huh?
I am, babe.
Went into the cellar, came out lean. Mike, nice to have you here.
The inbox.
Ooh,
yeah.
tough one. Tough one. I knew I was going to catch a bolo punch on that one.
I cringed on that one.
How are you?
I'm good. Now, I want to thank you. I understand you made some fancy steps. You're shooting a movie tonight. You had to do a little
that's okay, because I love you.
You're a beautiful cat.
I am. Thank you, baby.
Now,
this is an hysterical show.
yeah?
Fuck yeah. I mean, it's a funny show. You know it's funny. You do it.
Yeah, but...
You're the guy who shows up every day?
You're Batman. Now, listen.
I am.
The reason I asked you, I don't know if these stories are apocryphal, but we're thinking of guys for the Work Obsessed show. And I'm thinking, well, Keaton has made great hay, and yet I hear these stories, and I don't know if they're manufactured, but they seem so sweet, I thought I'd ask you, that you've actually, like, hedged on taking movie roles because you coach your son's Little League team, right?
No, bullshit. Never happened. Yes. You know, no.
But not Batman, but other films, right?
I almost did pass on Batman, but yeah, actually. But
even your kid would have looked up to you and said, Dad, get your shit together.
Exactly. That was exactly what I thought. I think it is, you know, turned 15 and said, "What are you, nuts?"
But you seem to have worked somewhat in perspective, right?
I think most of the time I have it very much in perspective, but I definitely, I get real driven. And I seem to not notice when it's out of control, you know? I mean, some people pick up on it sooner than others, and I don't. I miss it. I'm way down the road and kind of exhausted before I'm in a hospital somewhere is what happens, you know, being fed intravenously, and they say, you've been working too hard.
That's your first tip, that you're pushing it.
Yeah.
Now, when you get on a film set, it seems like if you have passed on films in the past to do stuff with your kids, that's admirable. When you get on a film set, I notice that the few films I've done, people get totally obsessed there, right? I mean, it's like 15, 16-hour days.
Well,
Nobody even
choice,
seems to notice it.
Yeah, there's no choice. I mean, you know, it's kind of an insane, it's kind of a, yeah, I don't know, I guess we're going off in another direction if I talk about that, but it's really it's a totally obsessive business, and it's absolutely a business based on fear. You know, it's an entire industry based on fear, don't you think?
That if you don't keep up. Yeah, I used to get that feeling. Like at the 12-hour mark, I'd be thinking, Jesus Christ, it's a vampire hooker film. Let's go home. I don't want to fight Corey Feldman. It's 3 in the morning. Let me go home, okay?
Now, for those, I think you worked the 18 hours. I think you put in the 18 hours.
You never saw my little opus bordello of blood.
I've seen you a couple times. You're terrific.
Oh,
you are. You're very honest.
Kid with a dream.
Well,
you know what I do?
Living it.
Why do you think, what do you think it is? Do you think that fear translates to America as a whole? I know it's prevalent in the movie business, but is that why America's so work-obsessed now? They have the feeling that if they just go away for like a couple weeks, they come back and they've got some piece of machinery
No,
doing
I think it's a country based on a strong work ethic. I think that's what it is, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing.
No?
No. I mean, you know, everybody talks about, you know, I just don't think it's a terrible thing. I think, you know, it's the system basically works, and if you travel at all and you see some countries, they don't work. And one of the reasons they don't work is, you know, things are moving on and nobody's working, or not working hard enough, or they haven't kept up. I think we're a little, you know, I get a little obsessive, and I don't know if the rest of the world does, but, yeah, you know, I mean, what you're supposed to do, isn't it?
I thought you were getting obsessive when I saw the trailer for this last flick, baby. You look a little ripped there. Look like Travis Bickle. You went down with the Solaplex into the potato cellar for a couple months and got a little cut there, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I ripped up. I ripped up, and I came out a better man for it.
I love your career because you do all these the funny roles, and then every couple of years I can tell you need to get your mojo on, and you play a complete psychotic. Either the guy renting the apartment on Nob Hill, or the...
Yeah, actually, you know, it's not one or the other. I try to hit a lot of colors in between, and that's just something I set up from the beginning. I mean, there was a plan at the beginning, and the plan was don't get stuck doing one thing, because you will absolutely lose your mind if you do that.
Right.
Or I would have. So I kind of set it up so I wouldn't have to do that. After that, there's been no plan. I just read them and say, yeah, I've not done that before. I think I'll go give that a shot. And sometimes it's a huge error. and sometimes it's not, because I've been bad and I've done some really stupid movies.
Well, it really does take bat balls to turn down that third sequel, though, doesn't it? I mean, Jesus, that huge cash run. What was the thinking there? You just didn't like the script? Is that the thing I heard?
Yeah. The thing you heard, yeah.
Well, I was thinking there's got to be some heavy, convoluted reason here that he's not doing this. And then I heard you just didn't like the script.
Well, I didn't think it was very good, and I didn't feel like doing it. I wanted to go do some other things, and money didn't really mean that much to me. And I mean, I like money. I enjoy making money a lot, but it's not my primary drive, you know.
Pittsburgh boy.
Yes, sir.
Pragmatic. All right. We've got phone calls. Line 1, we've got Alan from Bloomville, Ohio. Alan?
Yes. Hello, Dennis.
Hi, Al.
Alan's come from a little pig-nosed amp here in the back. How about that?
All right, Al. Thanks for calling in to say hi.
Boy.
Line 3, we've got Scott from Long Island, New York. Scotty, you going to say hi or hello?
I think I'll go with hello tonight.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What do you do if you're work obsessed and unemployed?
You go down there and do a little song and dance, collecting that check every day.
Yeah, you're on a dole. I don't know.
Work on your choreography. Change faces when you go in. Pick up 5 checks a week. Where do you think the work-obsessed culture is headed, Mike? Do you think that our kids will even be more work-obsessed, or do you...
No, I think what's happening, I mean, I think truthfully what's happening is I think work has kind of become a substitute for something people are really looking for. I'm really setting myself up here to get slammed, but I honestly think you know, you get in a kind of train, you get on a kind of train and a kind of treadmill, but actually it's avoidance of something bigger that everybody looks for. And ultimately, truthfully, down the road, I think that's what people are going to come to realize, that, you know, they're looking for a higher thing. They're looking for the higher road, and you know, work is just
Who's going to slam you for that?
You, baby. I thought you were going to get me.
Come on, that's a
I
good
do.
sentiment.
I think it's, well, I think it's true, but I think, you know, we're hundreds and hundreds of years probably from really realizing that.
Then we'll be like the Eloy in Time Machine. We'll just put the garlands on. Somebody's drowning in the street.
Right.
Fuck it, we're writing haiku. Line 4, we've got Marcia from Staunton, Virginia. Marcia?
Yes.
You down in Virginia?
Uh-huh.
That's near D.C.?
Yeah, it is, Marcia.
Yeah, it is. I want to say
You
hello
watch
to
out for the
both of you.
president, honey. What's your question?
Who is more obsessed
Me or Dennis?
with work, women or men?
Men.
Yeah, you know, men are always taught from an early age they got to leave the cave, procure a little meat, bring it back to the progeny.
Throw it on the grill.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Woman lays around in the Raquel Welch loincloth, and, you know.
And by and large, women are smarter than men in most areas.
Yeah, I'll go with that. We got line 8. We've got Big Joe from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Big
Hey,
Joe?
Dennis, what's happening?
How you doing, Big Joe?
I'm doing really good, but I got a problem. I'm not exactly obsessed with work, but I am obsessed with riding my Harley. And if there's a way I could get a job riding my scooter, then I think I could become obsessed with work.
Oh, yeah, there's a job like that, Joe. You just ride around, and they pay you. You make about 150 grand a year just riding around.
Yeah, you call after the show. We'll tell you where that is at. There's a road company, The Great Escape, that's going around playing the Kenley players down there near you, and you can do the motorcycle thing. By the way, Big Joe,
Yeah.
you little Joe's brother, say hi to Hoss. Okay.
I'll do that.
Jesus Christ. All right, Mikey, what's Jack Frost about? Tell me, what's this flick? What are you working on?
Well, you know, I just got done doing this movie called Desperate Measures.
Desperate Measures.
Where I play kind of a, right, it's one that's out now. Jack Frost is basically about a guy who is work obsessed.
You're kidding me.
No.
That freaks me out. That's what this show's about.
Traveling. He's a musician on the road, you know, trying to make working real hard and doesn't spend enough time with his family. And he's on his way back home for Christmas, drives a truck down over a van. Fun movie so far, or a van down over an embankment into the snow. And he comes back the next season as a snowman, a psychotic snowman who kills an entire town. No, as a snowman.
I'm sitting there going, sounds good.
You've done enough Dracula movies.
Come on, man.
it's,
The Dracula movie was a cash run.
And it's actually kind of a funny little movie.
All right, but Desperate Measures out right now,
Yes,
all right?
sir.
Michael Keaton, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen. I
you
got to do
very
the
much.
news.